Am I in focus? I am so nervous about making this video because I know people can hear me out in the corridor. I'm in a campus, my boyfriend's campus, and it's not ideal, but we're gonna do this because I've been requested so many times to do another makeup and storytime video, and I have to get ready anyway because it's a lovely day outside. I'm just using natural light for this video, and I'm gonna do very basic, everyday, subtle kind of makeup, like what I actually wear when I'm going about my day. And my topic today is something I've been thinking about for months and months, and it's something that I've only kind of realised in my late 20s, which is madness. Starting out with the Professional Pearl Primer just to minimise me pores. But I'm going to be talking about the difference between vulnerability and insecurity, because they are not the same things. Because I didn't realise this, I feel like I really held myself back a lot in the past few years. Because, we all have insecurities. I'm not going to lie and sit here and say that I don't have insecurities, but being vulnerable allows people in, whereas feeling and acting on insecurities keeps people out. There's a huge difference between the two things, and we're going to get there by the end of this little video. Let's start off with the fact that insecurity is a weakness that we all have, but vulnerability about your insecurities actually shows massive strength, which is mad. And I'm still struggling with this concept, but I'm trying to constantly work on being a lot more vulnerable with the people in my life, and it's making me feel so much more connected to everyone, to you all, and my friends, my family, my partner. So important. Next, I'm going to go in with the Collection concealer in the lightest shade, and I'm going to use some Sheer Skin Tint by Liz Earle. This has SPF in it. Then a bit of my Clinique Beyond Perfecting foundation to just kind of give the bit of extra coverage that I appreciate as an acne survivor. I say survivor and you may be laughing, but it's hella hard. I know if you're watching this and you have acne, you know the feels that no one else can understand because it's on your face and everyone can see it, and it feels like you're trapped. And getting rid of it is a bitch. I'm going to get up a few key differences that I've found on the internet to best explain the differences between insecurity and vulnerability before I go on, while I'm popping on my concealer. It says insecurity is a fearful awareness of our shortcomings. Vulnerability is an acceptance of potential areas of growth. Insecurity implies that something needs to be corrected or fixed. Vulnerability is something that we embrace as part of our character and learn to live around. Insecurity is a safeguard intended to keep people out, whereas vulnerability is a point of relating to people with an awareness of our exposure to potential hurts. Insecurity is an intense emotion that manifests in timidity, nervousness, and paranoia. Vulnerability is a state of existence that exudes confidence, self-connectedness. I'm filming a video! No!
Yeah!
You're not allowed to be in this video!
So anyway, guys, I'm using this oak brown concealer.
What video are we doing?
We're doing a video about the difference between insecurity and vulnerability, and I'm just gonna get ready while I'm talking about it.
Alright,
Yeah.
okay. Cool.
Do you think I'm a vulnerable person? Say if there's something bothering me or whatever, do you think I find it easy to talk about it, or do you have to drag it out of me, tell the people?
It kind of depends what it is. I don't know. I think sometimes I have to drag it out.
Yeah. 'Cause I'm scared. I used to think that if I admitted things, that would put people off and make people not want to be my friend or not talk to me or whatever. But everything I'm reading about it says that people who are the most happy and connected to people are people who are really good at being vulnerable about stuff. Do you know what I mean? Because and when I am vulnerable, especially with him, as soon as I talk about something, I feel so much better.
Yeah.
But I find it really hard to actually get it out. Cause
I can always tell when there's something wrong. I can tell the instant something is wrong because there's just I don't know what it is. There's these slight changes in how you talk or how you sit. My spidey sense starts tingling.
But I have told you all my stuff now,
yeah.
And I think we're a lot closer because
that's true.
because of that. There you go.
Is this how we talk to them?
Yeah.
Hey, How's it going? Subscribe.
I don't know where I was. I'm gonna use some of my Clinique stuff now on my face, but
Yeah, I'm still here.
Lee!
Hi.
You can listen to me talk and put my makeup on in front of you.
Yeah, okay.
A lot of people think this is a vulnerable thing to do. Someone to see them putting on their stuff. I don't think so at all. I'm just like...
What's that you're putting on there?
I'm putting on foundation.
What kind of foundation is it? Where can I buy it?
You've got beautiful skin.
Thanks.
Going by everything I read though, being vulnerable is like a thing that is just universally terrifying. People are so afraid of getting rejected or like losing a job or just failing at things or whatever, or showing their true selves to people and then people not liking it and running away. And a lot of people try and numb vulnerability with like addictions. So like, I don't know, alcohol, drugs, gambling, all that kind of stuff. Or a lot of people will take to like trying to make things that are uncertain really certain. So like you see this a lot with people talking about politics and religion. They'll be really like, no, my way is the only right way and you're all wrong. You just see it in so many, it manifests in so many ways, like that fear. And my thing with it was like for a few years, like I had a few people who really knew what I'm like, because there's a lot of stuff about me that I'm all, and a few people like knew that. And I felt like really close to them and I would latch onto them real tightly, but I would like keep everyone else like really at arm's length, and had like a kind of performance version of me that I would show and stuff. And this was like even kind of while I was doing YouTube, and it's really weird to me that I find it really easy to be vulnerable here online, but that's because like you can see this right now, like I'm just talking to a thing, there's no one here. So it's really easy to say things that you wouldn't probably be able to say to someone in a room on your own. So there's certain things like I would talk about in a video that I'd never even told like my dad, and then my dad would see the video and he'd be like, have something you want to talk about there, Mel? Bit of blush on me cheeks, because with that all that foundation on I look a bit dead now.
Love that blush.
Oh yeah, get them cheeks. Yeah. Yeah. Oh.
Mel loves our blush.
I do, yeah, I love it. I always wear too much.
Yeah.
And then I do this to try and make it look like not as much. Now you know my glow is fake.
No.
Yeah, when it comes to like that whole wanting to numb your vulnerability and stuff, you kind of can't, like you can't numb like shame and grief and all that, because if you do, say like by doing it with like medication or alcohol or whatever it is, if you do that, then you're also numbing all positive emotion as well, and then you just end up miserable, which makes you feel more vulnerable, which then you start in, and it's like a loop and it's not good. And so it's just one of those fears you kind of have to face and like stop hating yourself. You know what I'm saying? I'm using my Benny tint by Benefit. I told you about this stuff before. It's the one that I like using when I'm around him, because then if I want to kiss him, it doesn't all come off all over his clothes or his face.
Yay.
It's just a tint. Like this woman who did 6 years of research on vulnerability. I can't even say this bloody word. I've said it so many times now. She found all these kind of common things amongst vulnerable people who are like vulnerable and happy and stuff. And she said that people who feel you to be vulnerable and stuff, you have to kind of feel worthy, that you deserve like love and for people to care about you and connection and stuff like that. And a lot of people don't, because you know yourself so well, and so you know like all the shit parts of yourself and or parts that you'd like to change and that you think other people won't like or appreciate. So then like if you don't feel good enough, you will stop yourself from kind of connecting to people, and it holds you back, and it's so stupid. And when you don't think that you're worthy of, say, someone else's love, that comes across, because like they can just sense it, and that you're like you have all these walls up and barriers up, and it can take a long time to kind of undo all that. I had to like try for ages to be able to say what I'm thinking. It's so hard to do that. Like if you're thinking something I still kind of don't do it all the time, but if I'm thinking something that I'm afraid of, it's usually fear. It just all stems down to like terror of anything happening that you don't want to happen. And yeah, being able to just say it regardless of the outcome and regardless of like what will happen. That's what you have to do. Gonna do my brows. Just use benefit stuff as usual. But yeah, like going back to what I was saying earlier about insecurity being like a weakness and vulnerability being a strength, it does take a lot of courage to be vulnerable, and like not like bravery, but courage to just like be authentic. Yeah, so the first time I think I ever did that on YouTube was like quite early on, and I made that acne video that went viral and stuff like that, because like that was terrifying at the time. But at the time I thought the only people that would see that would be people with acne, like looking up acne videos. I didn't realize how YouTube worked, and that like something would just go huge like that and get millions. It got like 18 million views, and that's still kind of terrifying to me. But doing that actually made me like stop worrying and caring so much about my skin at the time, which was a nice side effect. And that's what I've kind of found to be true with every time I am vulnerable about anything. I usually don't have a negative situation come of it, because say even if you are dating someone and you tell them something, it could be anything, like it might be like a sexual kink, or it might be something just about your personality, or like a secret or whatever. If you tell them and they run a mile, or they, you know, that's a good thing, because then they weren't right for you anyway. So there's just always going to be positive coming from it, I think.
Oh, okay, you have to finish the eyebrows and then you're going to... Okay.
Then I'm going to film, because I can't, I'm literally not able to.
Can't talk and brow at the same time.
I can't. Bit of brow gel. Bit of brow gel. Bring them back to life. That's what I'm gonna do. And then you know this palette that I had in my favourites video and in my last makeup routine video. So it has this little matte brown thing there. And this is my eye blender Charlotte Tilbury brush. I'm just putting that on the crease thing, and I'm not going to use any of the glitzy ones because I'm not going anywhere fancy today. I'm just going to the canteen to have some college food. Yeah, I would really like if you would write in the comments like the last time you shared a vulnerability, or you were vulnerable with someone that you care about, and the last time you felt insecure, and have you shared that with anyone. As well, there's certain things that people probably find it easy to be vulnerable about, and then there's like things that are just not nice to say out loud. But you have to do them, because otherwise you're just isolating yourself. I feel like a lot of men probably struggle with that even more than women. Do you think that? Do you think guys find it harder to like be vulnerable with people? Do you think they've been conditioned that way? A lot of guys I know have been.
Yeah, definitely.
Like,
say even myself.
Yeah, but you're good at it with me. That's probably why we're really close.
That's because you broke me.
I broke you.
You broke my little emotional wall thing.
I broke his emotional wall. I did. You broke mine. Like, there's loads of things that, like, I was terrified. I was even terrified of going out with anyone. Because when you're going into a relationship, you don't know what's going to happen. Like, you can never know. Even though, like, we're always like, we're going to get married and stuff. And I want to. But it's at the same time, like, you can't see the future. Like, you can't know. So you have to just do it regardless of, like, if it's not going to go your way.
They can't see me nodding.
Yeah. They can sense you nodding. Who's the common Joe?
Class. It's my channel now.
Want some mascara?
Okay, yeah.
Gonna put on some mascara now. Roller Lash by Benefit. So yeah, I challenge us all to be a bit more vulnerable, and don't think it's a attention-seeking thing or anything like that, because every single person on the planet is insecure about certain things. But if you don't talk about them, then that is a bad thing, and it's not going to lead anywhere good, and people are going to have doubts about you, and you're just not going to feel as close as you could feel to people, because you deserve that. Spray my face.
What?
Like this. Come here. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun. Don't you dare come over here.
In your face.
You have to come over here. Right, so the finishing touch is a bit of dewy finish setting spray, which my man is very kindly going to spray on my face now. You do now. Don't shoot me like right in the eye. Do like a mist. Do like a mist. Yeah, you helped. So yeah, if I'm not really wanting to get too done up, I just put on those things and then go about my day, and I feel a little bit more put together and tidy and nice. And those are my thoughts on that topic, and I'll do another one of these videos very soon, and I hope you did like it, and I'm sorry that Thomas ruined my video.
I made it better.
Yeah, he did. Give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you again soon. Say goodbye to my friends.
Subscribe to my channel, coming soon.
No.